came up with the idea that I would put an employment agency in Martin. Went down and bought a business license downtown Martin at City Hall. Came up with a great name, West Tennessee Personnel. You can see I put a lot of thought into it. Got a few people start coming in, started knocking on doors, and slowly but surely, I think the first month the business grossed $200. That was a lot more expensive than that back then. And the next month it doubled to 400. You know, but it was hard to keep things going at that time.
When I graduated, I needed an office downtown, so I moved into the office building where Wayne and 3 other guys were. And so Wayne and I, as he said, we became friends, played a lot of racquetball, played a lot of golf, hunted, goofed off a lot because we were young and foolish. After about a year, we decided we would go into partners in his personnel business. I would work in the office in the mornings, and I would sell life insurance in the afternoons. And during the mornings, he would take care of his cattle, and then he would come in at noon, and he'd run the office in the afternoon. So that's the way we did it for a long time. We were doing a lot of business with Emerson Electric, and our main contact said, I want to introduce you guys to some of our other plants because you're doing a great job for us. He says, you got to do something about that name. He said, it sounds like soybeans.
And Jerry Palmer said, you boys, if I'm going to refer you to a plant in Arkansas or Kentucky or wherever, you know, West Tennessee Personnel is limited. But we were real smart. We went to Memphis and had a contact at an advertising agency there, and we spent, I don't know, several hours with them trying to come up with a name, and we knew that we didn't want our names associated with it because if we failed, we didn't want to embarrass our mothers. We didn't want our wives' names attached to it, their maiden names, for the same reason, to embarrass their mothers.
First of all, we didn't get anything out of the ad agency.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was a bomb. So we were standing down on the sidewalk getting ready to come back to Weakley County. And we decided we weren't going to leave town until we had this issue resolved. As Wayne was saying, there was going to be 2 names. So he chose first. He was going to pick up the first one.
Hamilton is on a $10 bill, and that's all the money I had in my pocket. I pulled out $10. It didn't have a credit card. There was no credit card. Didn't have a gas card. We were in Memphis. We had to get back to Martin. We had $10 to buy gas. That was 30, 35 cents maybe then. So, and Hamilton Bank in Chattanooga was a strong Tennessee bank at that time. And it sounded professional to me. So that's Hamilton.
And I chose Ryker because my favorite TV show was The Rookies, and their boss was Sergeant Ryker. So that's how it became Hamilton-Ryker.
We'd go to the plant and talk with the personnel director or the industrial relations manager, and they would take us on a tour through the plant. And they would show us that in the metal fabricating field, this is a brake press, this is a sendless grinder, stamping machine. And we were on the job training. We didn't realize it at the time that the folks that they were dealing with in St. Louis and Atlanta and Memphis and Nashville never came to their plant. They were so appreciative of the fact that we would want to come out and meet them and talk to them about providing this service and recruiting these salaried and technical people. They were thrilled to take us through their plant and show us off. They would say, now when I say I want a sendless grinder engineer, this is the type, and these are the questions you need to ask that individual if they have experience with, which in time gave us a a leg up. We were doing things that are really standard in the business today maybe, but back then it was somewhat different. And we did it by the luck of the draw. We just were out working.
And there were times, I can remember a number of times, for whatever reason, we gathered up a bunch of resumes, hopped on my motorcycle, put them in a satchel, and got our helmets and hopped on, and off we went.
The plant manager, the personnel director, the managers thought that was cool. They'd come out and take pictures, want to look at the bike. We developed a personal relationship and rapport. They liked us, and they would do business with us. And then they began to refer us to sister plants.
Most relationships that they had with folks in our industry were by phone only. They'd never seen them. And there we were in front of them, sometimes on a motorcycle.